The Invisible Man is directed by Leigh Whannell and stars Elizabeth Moss, and when she finally escapes from an abusive boyfriend, he apparently had killed himself, but throughout the movie, mostly towards the end of the first act, you learn that he didn't kill himself, he turned himself invisible. So this movie came out in February, and I actually saw it when it came out, but I didn't have this channel, and actually before I did this channel, I actually did a review on this movie. If you followed me on my Instagram, I used to do these reviews where I just put on my story kind of like a paragraph or something, and I did that for this movie, but ever since I started this channel, I wanted to talk about this movie because I actually have a lot of enjoyment with it, so let's do that. So one of the best things about this movie is probably Elizabeth Moss. She gives a very good performance here. I haven't seen her in too much, but this definitely makes me want to see more of her because she is pretty excellent here. She has a very good character as well. Like she does a very good job at making herself look like insane. Like sometimes I actually kind of side with the characters that aren't believing that she's invisible because she does a very good job at making herself look just like crazy. So that was a really good thing about this movie, is that sometimes you can totally understand why people are like, okay, you're crazy, I don't believe you at all, like you're just being really weird. So anyway, she was excellent in the movie. They did a really good job of that. And other characters I really liked. She stayed with this friend who's a cop, and he's kind of like this comic relief, but he also has a pretty good arc to this movie, and I really liked his character. I want to see him in more movies. His daughter that is also there, she's pretty good in this movie. She doesn't really have much to do, but she's fine for what she's given. Her sister, who you don't really love at the first half of the movie, she's pretty good, even though you don't really love the actor. And I think I've seen that actor in things before. I just can't fully remember what I saw her in. And also the actor who plays the Invisible Man, while you don't really get to see much of him, considering that he's invisible, he's actually pretty good in this movie too, because he has a very good voice to him and everything, and his brother's also pretty good. So all the characters are pretty good, pretty solid all around. Acting's all really good, but probably my favorite thing about this movie is the direction by Leigh Whannell. He's a great director. He does horror, he does action. He helped wrote Saw, if you guys probably know what that is. It's a classic horror movie. He helped write it, and he actually acted in the first movie, so that was great. And he does a very good job in this movie. He also directed this movie called Upgrade. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but it's a fantastic movie. You should definitely go check it out. It's awesome. And one thing I like that he does here is that he doesn't play scares for jump scares. I don't love jump scares. I feel like they're kind of cheap. They can be used well, but I hate fake jump scares. Like the hand on the shoulder, or cat jumps out. Like, all those fake ones that don't really go anywhere. But this movie, while it does have jump scares, obviously, they're used well in this movie. But the scariest parts are when, say, Elizabeth Moss's character is kind of walking around her house, but then the camera doesn't follow her, it just stays in the room. And it's great. Or, like, you'll just, like, look down a hallway and you'll be like, okay, I think you're all constantly searching for the Invisible Man. I feel like the camera does a really good job at showing, like, that he's there, but you, like, don't exactly know where he is. And the scenes where Elizabeth Moss fights the Invisible Man, like, kind of like has a fight with him, those scenes were very well directed. He does a really cool job at tracking the character and everything, and he did, like, a lot of that in Upgrade, and there's a bit of it here. So like, the whole directing by Leigh Whannell is excellent in this movie. I was really impressed by what he did and everything, and the scares are actually good. Like, you actually feel some tension here in this movie. I really like the story too, and the concept. I've always wanted to see a cool Invisible Man story, and this is a great one. I do have some negatives with this movie though. One is a character decision made by our lead here, where there's a scene where she goes up into the attic, and you all saw in the trailer, so don't worry, no spoilers here, but she goes up into the attic and then she finds the guy's phone, the Invisible Man, her boyfriend, kind of is his phone, and starts looking through, and then she sees pictures of of her and her friend's daughter while they're literally sleeping, like sees pictures of them, and while the friend character couldn't have taken those pictures, that would be a lot of proof. But then something happens where she just leaves the phone there and then goes and has a little sequence with him. But later, when she's trying to prove to these guys, she could have said, I saw pictures, and then, like, if she had that phone, that would have been so much proof, and she could have actually, like, not been looking so crazy, because that is proof right there that, like, the Invisible Man is actually real. So I really wish they would have given somewhat of an explanation of why she didn't bring her phone. And the other issue and final negative here is there's some logic issues with security cameras. One being in a restaurant, something happens, don't worry, I won't spoil it, but there's security cameras in restaurants. Couldn't they just pull the footage and maybe try to listen to Elizabeth Moss's character and, like, try and get on her side a bit before they just put her in an asylum? So, I mean, just some logic issues in that one character decision, but all in all, guys, this is a fantastic movie. It has a great story. I really like the score too. It has like some great bass drops here for sound design. It's like boom, and it's awesome. I really like that. So, all in all, fantastic. I really enjoyed this movie. If you guys haven't seen this movie and you wanted to see a good thriller, then you should definitely go check out The Invisible Man. Just came out for rent, and I'm going to give The Invisible Man an A-. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this review. Comment down below, what did you think of The Invisible Man? Try not to be too spoiler heavy. Did you like this movie? Did you not like this movie? Are you kind of in the middle of it? Did you think it was scary, or like all that fun stuff down below in the comment section? Hit that like and subscribe button if you like this content. And stay tuned for more videos very soon. I'm going to be reviewing Furious 7 this week. It is my first suggestion that I've gotten on Instagram. If you want me to review a movie, then contact me. I'll put it in my list and I'll try and get that review up. And so stay tuned for that review next, and then I'm going to be reviewing probably The Force Awakens to finish out this Star Wars series that I'm doing. Yeah, so plenty of reviews coming very soon, so stay tuned for those and have a great day. Bye.